We were wrong, and only now, well into the second decade of the conflict, have we begun to understand the mistakes we have made. We lived in harmony among the Fae, in a world awakened to new magic. Perhaps we should have foreseen what might be born on this rising tide. What force might awaken. A force powerful enough to twist even the eternal and immutable Fae folk. But Gadflow, the new king of the Winter Court, surprised us all. Singular among his people, he was all that other Fae were not. Aggressive, ambitious, visionary. He had power like none we had ever seen, terrible and deadly. Gadflow and his followers, the Tuatha Deon, believed that a new god was to be born in the east, beneath Gadflow's crystalline fortress of Amathen. In the name of that god, they marched to war against the young races of Amalur. Against a mortal army, no matter the power of their god, we might have been victorious. But the Fae are creatures of magic, not bound by the laws of life and death. Each Tuatha fallen on the battlefield would soon rise again, for the Fae do not know death as we do. How could we stand against such a force? For 10 years the war raged. For 10 years the armies of Men and Alpha fought and died. But as our numbers dwindled, we knew that it was only a matter of time. Our fate had been written. At least, that is what we believed. Until you died.
What do you think this one is then? Alpha? Garan? Could even be a Jotun. Always a surprise, eh, Garan?
Eyes on the job, boy. Don't matter what it is. Dead's dead. And be thankful for that. All we've seen. Go on and pull back the sheet, though. It'll need to be in our report, one way or the other. He's a Docklefar. No surprise there. Seen a lot of them, though not usually in this good a shape. All right then, make sure it goes into the report. You know he'll want all the details.
Amazing how well the body held up. Better than I've seen.
I'm just glad it's not moving. Must have been born under a lucky star, this one.
Anything else we need?
Unless you'd like to name him, I think we're done. Put him with the others.
Well, that's it for you then. Better luck next time.
They're all over. Run!
Scatter before the might of the Tuatha!
Help! Anybody!
You! Up there! Please help me! Please! Poor mortals.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. If you hadn't come along... Wait. It worked! By the dome, it worked! You're alive! You died. I don't know how or even where. But your body was remade in the Well of Souls, and somehow it worked. The well restored your soul to your body, and we must get you to Professor Hughes right away. He'll have questions for you. Oh, no doubt. But we must get to Hughes. He'll be in his study on the ground floor. The Tuatha are coming in. Take these. They'll help keep you safe long enough to get to Hughes. Now, let's get going. He'll be in his study on the ground floor of the tower. At least, I hope he's there. And safe. Let me get this door. We'll be on our way. Right this way. You go first. This is what they're after. Our greatest invention, the Well of Souls. Imagine an end to war, an end to death. The storerooms. See if you can find anything. Grab a shield. There must be one nearby. Move! Move! Wait! Do you hear something? Need more than just that sword. That one had a bow. Get it? must shoot them before they see us. Go, go! Daggers are deadly if you catch an enemy unaware. Their speed more than makes up for their size. More up ahead. If you can sneak up on them with your daggers, you should be able to finish them quickly and quietly. Cave blossoms only respond in the presence of magic. Perhaps there is more to you. Incredible! What are you? They've completely covered the tunnel. Maybe you can use that staff to burn a path through. Not more spiders. Burn them! Burn them! Hurry! Get out of here! Die, twat bastard! You're not one of them. It's get alive! And who is this? That's what I intend to find out. Ah, plate armor. Nothing protects quite like layers of leather armor is thin. Will give you the speed to reach an enemy's throat. Oh, simple cloth frees your body and mind. That's why mages prefer it. This is where we part ways. Take whatever you want from this armory. We might have a few things that would fit. Just make sure you get your shoes. We can hold off the Tuatha here. I suppose these might be able to help. If the Tuatha realize what you are, you'll need them. We can't risk you getting killed. You're proof that the well can work. Don't you realize what that means? I'll see you on the outside, if fate wills it. Oh. Oh.
You've made it! And look at you! Even with all you've been through. The Tuatha, your return from the dead? Please forgive me. You must be terribly confused by all of this. I am Fomerus Hughes. Everything you see here is dedicated to one thing. The Well of Souls. The pursuit of immortality. If we only had the time. There's so much we might learn from one another. Too much to explain right now. The Tuatha have come to stop my work, but I don't believe they know about you. Not yet. What's important is getting you out of here safely. You're the only proof of what we've achieved. I may not be able to save the well, but I can ensure that its only success is safe. Yes, you're right. I've got my notes, but it's most important that you stay safe. It's just that you're... fascinating. Simply astounding. I'm not certain what's caused it, but somehow... yes, as I was saying, I'm not sure what... Perhaps I should go see.
Sir! Mr. Hughes! The Tuatha have reached the lab! They're inside the...
No! We've got to get you out of here now! Quickly! Follow the path to the town of Gorhart. Find Agath. He's a friend, and he may be able to help. No matter what else, stay alive! Go!
No more. I told them we needed more guards.
You've come from the tower, haven't you? Name's Agarth. Maybe you can help an old Fate Weaver, eh? Did he? Poor old Fomerus Hughes. He respected the way... What a shame. He's probably dead by now. When he started his experiments here, he asked me if they'd ever be successful. The cards told me that the Well of Souls would work. But the old man took it pretty well, honestly. Although we did a lot of drinking after that. I suppose I could spare a little help, in memory of Hughes. Or in celebration of his success. Whichever. You really don't know much, do you? A Fate Weaver taps into the threads of... The cards are unique to each Fate Weaver, since we all see the weave differently. You're the one. The cards this morning. I drew the Gravedigger, the Running... Prepare yourself. There...
Have you come to die?
Another victory!
Fear-knock awaits.
What? How? What are the threads of fate? I've seen them before, but I've never seen... You just changed how the world was supposed to work. How did you do that? You just... Fate is the will of the gods. No mortal should be able... Come here. I'm going to do a reading. You might be able to change the threads, but I promise not to tell you if I see your death. Don't worry, it's quick, it doesn't hurt, and there's no charge. And after what I've seen, I'm not letting you out of my sight until I have an answer. You're nervous. Relax. I'll be seeing your place in the pattern of destiny. Who you are, what you've done, where your path takes you. Or, at least, I should be. You're real, right? Fate's weave is always hard to see. It's in motion. This doesn't make sense. All mortal creatures have a place in the pattern. If this is true, and I'm not saying I believe it, then your path is yours to determine. It could mean nothing. I'll meet you at his home to the east. That's just it. I don't know if you've got one, but he lives in a little hut to the east in Yulven. I'll meet you there. What could this all mean?
Just stand back! The warden can't...
I don't care what you race. It's a tragedy whenever anyone's savage like this. Just look at the poor creature. She's been beaten to the brink of death. The Fae may be strange, but they certainly don't deserve this. It appears she was attacked with some manner of short blade, likely a dagger. People simply stood by as she called for help. No one lifted a finger. Can you imagine? I don't know whether we possess the knowledge to treat such a wound. Frankly, I don't even know if I could save a mortal with such grievous wounds. Well, you're the only one. With all the troubles we've suffered in this village, people are weary of it. I'm going to suggest something a bit... untraditional. There's a Fae named Eri. Seek her wisdom. I would do it. She spends her days in the precipice overlooking the village. She doesn't think we're aware of her presence, but we most certainly are. Hope you stay in town.
Be well.
What is the mission hiding? Why are its gates forever closed? These are the questions.
Welcome to St. Odwig's although one never knows what... You have arrived just when I am in need of aid. We at St. Odwig's have worked for years to establish a presence on... The call of the Feylands does not fall. 2 nights ago, Egan ventured past the walls to collect firewood, and Mitharu be praised. His brother Egan was last seen northeast of here. Just please find him. Perhaps then we can welcome you. Egan was last seen in the woods outside the walls, just north of the village. Bless you, child.
What is the mission hiding? Why are its gates forever closed? These are the questions we all should be asking. Insist that St. Odwig's admit monks of all sexes and races into its ranks, or tell them to peddle their poison elsewhere.
Yes? What could a mortal vagabond need with Casmer and the eternal messenger of the faithful? Speak! My time may be of the ages, but it is still precious. Wait, Father Dinwell sent you, didn't he? Old fool. His path to power was too plodding, and now he wishes to... They are named Finna and Arbos, and they have sworn to share their secrets with me, and in exchange, they want an ancient treasure buried in the caverns of Waterhall Down. I'll retrieve it, eventually, as soon as I, feel like it. Fine, if you want to be so noble, but don't expect any of the treasure. This is my key into a powerful new future, a future full of... It is in the caves of Waterhall Down, a refuge for the wild fae. Goodbye now. If we're going to press on, then I'll ask you to stay close. Local legend says that the great Fey mage Armin the Clever retreated to these caverns to hide his treasure, among them the Selkie Vale. Bye then. Soon I will be all-powerful. Soon I will be all-powerful. Arbos and Finna will be waiting. Come, their camp is not far. Finna and Arbos made their camp in the old Fey ruins north of the village, near my camp. See you later. Arbos and Finna will be waiting. Come, their camp is not far. Bye then.
What now? What is this? Our little Egan has made a friend? I have a feeling this is going to be a problem. Obviously, Anyone who has ever glimpsed a Fae would know that. Unlike Little Egan here, the Feylands are such fertile ground for games. The inhabitants are so oafish you can fill your pockets with... Are you going to give us what's rightfully ours, or do we need to start a new game? My brother and I are always ready to play. Cursed, is it? It does look like you are well acquainted with misfortune. Make certain our paths do not cross again, or my brother will add his mark to your scars. Let's hope.
I didn't know. How could I? You must think me a fool. And Father Dinwell... Come, let's Goodbye now.
What is the mission hiding? Why are its gates forever closed? These are the questions we all should be asking.
It's not
To
far.
the half-truth.
Must we return to the mission? Although all of those things are quite frightening. Perhaps it is for the best. This new world is far more dangerous than I expected, and I haven't eaten in days. See you later. Must we return? Although all of those things are quite frightening. See you later. Must we return to the mission? Although all of those things are quite frightening. Mortal races have no lasting grasp on this world, and in time, I don't know much about the relic. Armen is a good name. Not as good as Casma. I'm new to the Phala. I want to visit the Gardens of Issa. It sounds rather... I need a... What about Abner the Visionary? Legend tells... Yes, I'm quite sure. Not a doubt in my mind. Father Dinwell and the others are fools, and they believe You see, they can't obtain what they desire, so they need... It is called the Selkie Veil. See you later.